Exhibit A. One Eurorack UB1002 mixer. 8 channel or 10 channel mixer. I've had it for years. Sits here on my desk and it mixes together my iMac to my little amp here on my desk, a couple of Sony speakers. I've got my iPod down here, which goes to one of the channels when I want to play some music. And what have I got else connected? I've got some other things. I've got another iMac over the other side. 2 iMacs were connected to this. I've got the outputs connected to my valve amps. 1, 2, 3. Right. Tri-amping. Using this one on bass. My quad 405, which I might do a little review on at some point. My found amp, which I'm using for mids. Well, for tops and mids. The bottom valve piece, monoblock. I'm using that for mids and tops. And it's all connected to this Eurorack Behringer, cheap Behringer. And anybody who knows about the Behringer knows they're very noisy. So listen to this. I don't know if you can hear this. Let's put it near the speaker. Listen to that. Terrible. Terrible. Can you hear that? Yeah. Over this side. That's the noise floor on the Behringer. You know, you would have thought that was the valves making that sound. If you turn it off, it's gone. See? The lens is filthy. Look at that. I have to clean it. But yeah, so anybody who knows about these knows that they're noisy, and it's because they use cheap capacitors, and the capacitors dry out electrolytics, and they, you know, slowly turn into capacitors or resistors. So this needs recapping, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do today. Got some caps, loads of them, loads and loads, because there was a great upload online about that mixer and how to recap it, you know, what goes wrong with it and what to do. So give thanks for YouTube and YouTubers who share the knowledge of how to repair these things. I've got all these caps and I'm going to, well, replace all of them really, but the main ones in the power supply, which are these big ones, I think I'll do those first. If I can do them all today, I'm going to do them all, but probably won't be able to do it all today because I've got limited time. But I'm going to attempt get rid of the dried up ones in the power supply section and see what happens. So that's it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here it is on the bench. We got it on the bench. We got it on the bench. Let's see what happens. We just got to pop all these off. All these knobs. Hopefully I remember the color code. Well, I don't have to remember it now because I'm recording it, but pop all these off. And I think there's some screws around the side. Yeah, a couple of screws around the side. And on this side. And I think it should just come off. I think that's how it works. So, here goes nothing. Either this is going to work, or it ain't. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Yeah. Ta-da! Exhibit A. One Behringer Eurorack UB1002 board. Naked. Woo! Yeah. I had to take all those knobs off and all the nuts off of these and some screws underneath, but we got there in the end. So this is what it looks like. See all these capacitors, all those are the little ones, little electrolytics, tons of them, battle droids, thousands of them. Yeah. And apparently they've used some really cheap ones. Behringers use some real cheap, dirt cheap, or even fake ones, and they just dry out over time. So these are the main ones. The main culprits are up here, around this section here. These are the main smoothing capacitors. And all around this little section here where that gunk is, there's heatsink. It's a heatsink, isn't it? And I have to move that heatsink and have a look what's going on there, because that doesn't look right there. That looks, look at that. Eee. What's going on there? Looks like some insects have committed suicide on there, maybe. Alright, get that heatsink off and have a look. But all these this little cluster of capacitors here, and change all of those for starters. So we just got to get them off and change them. Yep. Okay, I don't know how much of this you can get, but this is a capacitor here. I've taken a couple off. Already. And there's a capacitor. These ones are gone. These ones have been taken off. Trying to do this upside down. It's kind of weird. I'll show you. I'll film it again properly, upside right. But I want to take this one off now. I've tested them and they seem okay, but apparently they test okay. I haven't got a capacitance tester or ESR tester, a proper ESR reader, equivalent series resistance. That's the proper way to do it. I'm doing it on my multimeter, which is not really the correct way, but or a good way to do it. So anyway, I want to get this off, this next one off. So let's see if we can do that. So anyway, this is what I'm doing. Kind of like add a little bit of solder to it, to the connection, and then desolder braid. And I'm using a fairly big soldering iron so that it can just suck it all up, because I haven't got a solder sucker. Yeah. And do this one. Big soldering iron. It's a big soldering iron. Big piece, big bit soldering iron. Just hold it on, and hopefully it will soak up all the solder. Yep, just sucked up the solder. So connected a little bit. I can just kind of like touch it again and pull the capacitor from the other side, and it should come out. Okay, Exhibit A. We've got 6 capacitors here that I've taken off, and I don't know about you, I don't know if you can see that, but to me the two big ones at the front do appear to have capacitor juice on them. I know they do sometimes glue them in, but they do glue capacitors in sometimes, and you can mistakenly mistake it for capacitor juice. But these ones, I don't know, man. What do you think, man? That looks like capacitor juice. Or is it glue? They measure all right, so maybe it's just glue. You know when you're doing a fault finding and you see something like that and you just want it to be that. Yeah, please be that. I don't know. The ones behind seem fine. They all measure all right on the multimeter. And as I said, That's not really a good way to measure capacitors, or a reliable way to measure them. You have to measure them under stress. You know, so I need a capacitor meter, an ESR meter that puts them under stress to see what happens. But I'm going to replace these anyway. I mean, whether it's juice or glue or whatever it is, I'm not putting these back in. 100 microfarad. Is it 100 microfarad? I think that's what they are. Something like that. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Can you see that? 100 microfarads at 100 volts. So who knows? We just go where the trade wind blows. Sending love to our friends and foes, I suppose. That's where they came out of. Look at that. Is that glue or capacitor juice? Glue is usually round the edge. This is towards the center. Just saying. This is towards the center. So to me, that looked like capacitor juice to me, man. That's where the other 3 came from, down there. The other 4, sorry. Down there. And they're right next to these what are they? MOSFETs or whatever they are. And they're very hot. These are the ones that are connected to the heatsink. So they could have been cooked. And there's 2 little ones down there. I don't know if you can see them. Right in between. There you go. Those ones are probably cooked too. But I don't have replacements for those. So, I don't know. Don't know what to do now. I should pull them out and check them anyway. But then again, what's the point in checking them? I haven't got a capacitance checker. They'll probably measure okay. They probably measure okay, and they're not okay. I reckon what I'm going to do for now, whack the new ones in that I've got for these. I'm not going to do all these other little ones for now, because really I should change. Look how many there is. There's a bazillion of them. I'm not going to change them for now. I'm just going to do these main ones and see what happens. I should probably do these ones as well, actually. These little ones here, because they're all near the heat. I've got replacements for these, but for some reason I haven't got the little ones, the teeny ones. Duh. And you know it's them, innit? Because I haven't got it. And you know the Sod's Law says the one that you didn't get, that's the one it is. It's them. And them under there, them two. You see them laughing. Man. Get soldering time. We got I've done one little set off camera. And this is the last 2, the big smoothing caps. 100 microfarads at 100 volts. So I'm about to put those in. As you can see, I've done these ones here, the ones with the big leads sticking up. I always like to leave my leads a bit big. Where are they? Sticking up. Here you go. So I can see which ones I've done. So these ones here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're in. So the big smoothing caps, the ones that look like they were leaking or they were glued or something, I'm about to put those in now. Once that's done, maybe we can reattach that heatsink and give it a go. See what happens. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, hopefully you can see them. Didn't replace all of them. Replaced that one, that one, that one, and that one, and this little one here. They got replaced. These ones I didn't replace. So if the problem persists, then maybe I'll have to come back and do those ones. We've got the heatsink back on. Here. You can see it. It went on first time. I didn't think it would. You know. Around the back, the main capacitors, smoothing caps. These are the ones with the gunk on them. that had gunk on them. Not these ones, I've replaced them, but these are the replacements for the ones with the gunk on them. So hopefully that was it. Hopefully. Right, we're going to plug it in this, just like this. I'm going to plug it in and just listen to see if I hear anything. Fingers crossed. Moment of truth. Okay, we've got it on a bit of newspaper so you don't short out nothing. I've connected the power lead and I'm going to switch on the plug, which is down there, with my foot. I'm going to try and do it with my foot. And we're going to see what happens. If it goes up in a puff of smoke, you'll be the first to know. Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Switched it on. Oh, I can see the lights on. There's a blue light there, so that's a good sign. Power lights on. Phantom is next to it. That's this one. Let's switch that on. See, yeah, Phantom comes on. Cool. Cool run-ins. So we just have to put some audio leads in now and see if that sound, that horrible hum sound, is there. So let me get that set up and then I can show you. Yeah, let's turn up and you can hear clean hiss, no hum. Yeah. And these mixers, Eurorack UB1002, are known for their hissiness. Or maybe it's some of these other little caps that we'll have to change, but I'm not going to do them this time. So I should have got some music up so we could just hear what it sounds like. Bring some up on the computer. Yeah, baby. Perfect. Check. Got some scratchy pots. Some scratchy pots. Yeah. Have to check that joint. Perfect. Mr. Leroy Sibbles. I haven't got none of that spray to spray out that pot, but I'm gonna have a look underneath, just make sure that the joints aren't dry. But I think that's a success. I'm marking that as a success. Go on. Proper things. Alright. Let's get the case back on. Take it from there. these are the culprits. Here they are. They go pop when nobody ain't looking, and spray their guts all over your circuit board and the underside of the chassis. Anyway, all capacitors die at some point, and they stop being capacitors and they start being complicitors, complicit in the breakdown of your gear. So anyway, these are done. I still got a little hum problem. I'll just have to chase it out. It's a whole load better though, a whole load better than it was. So yeah, done dealy on